Welcome to Comically Comics, your one-stop listen to all things comics. We're talking books, movies, TV shows, video games, and more. I must forewarn you, though, we are a spoilercast, and what that means is we consider all properties, past, future, and present, to be valid, and we will spoil the hell out of them. I'm your host, Michael, along with my two co-hosts, Richard and Jeremy, and with all that being said, let's get started. All right, October 6th, and we are back. Agatha all along, and Penguin reviews. We got episode 3 and episode 2, respectively, so let's go ahead and let's jump in this with Agatha all along. Episode 3, Through Many Miles of Tricks and Trials. Jeremy, what's your whelming on this right here?
This one I'm sticking with whelmed, maybe towards the lower end of whelming, because honestly, it was just kind of an episode. Like, I didn't feel like it necessarily progressed the storyline much, except for just getting through the first trial.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't want to, I don't know. I enjoy the actors. I like the 70s show actress, Mrs. Hart.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, I like the actress that does Agatha. What's her name?
Catherine Hahn.
There you go. Catherine Hahn. Just FYI, I probably forgot that about 30 seconds ago.
That's why I bonked you on the head.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's been a weekend. But yeah, so I am firmly in the whelmed section.
Okay. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Richard?
I gotta be honest with you. I think I don't know. I'm torn. Like, I am pleasantly for our listeners, I went ahead and watched episode 4. I know that's like illegal, so I don't know, call the cops. And between those two, I'm pleasantly whelmed on this one. So I guess I'll say that, but I'm just like I've just eked into pleasantly whelmed. I'm not overly whelmed. I'm not even really excited. There's just some funny moments with certain characters in this episode that, like, I don't know, it was just personally funny to me. But other than that, I really guess I should say I'm whelmed, because I don't know. When we get into, I'm glad we're doing this with Penguin, because there's just a stark contrast here on storytelling.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I'll just say that for right now.
And I'll say there's one detail that happened in the show that didn't allow me to get into the pleasantly whelmed, but I'll hit on that after we hear Michael's.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm firmly and pleasantly whelmed. Like, I really enjoyed this episode. I find it fun. I find it funny. I don't find it overly whatever. So I'm having a good time, and I'm having fun with it so far. So I don't know. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
Without, going into detail of, like, what it was. But yeah,
Right.
I'm having fun with it. I think it's doing good so far. We'll see if it lands it. You know what I mean? Like, I enjoyed Echo as well, but they did not stick the landing on that one. So
no, they did not.
Yeah. So my issue with it was she poured the wine out. She poured her glass of wine out, and then it just magically filled again.
Yeah, because it's magic.
But nobody touched it. It was just sitting on the counter. She poured it into the plant, and it was just sitting over there in the counter. Now, granted, they came back later, and what's her face? One of the witches magically refilled her glass. But Agatha poured her glass into the plant and set it on the counter. And then they come back and point saying, "Oh, she didn't drink her wine." I'm like, she poured it out. So,
well, they didn't notice. She did it to where they didn't notice.
Well, I know, but then they come back and pointed to a filled glass.
Right, because
After
the house
she
filled it back up.
Yeah.
No, the witch filled it up later. Why didn't she just set it? If she poured it out, why didn't she just set it on the counter and refill it again?
What witch?
Yeah, I'm confused.
Whenever she because
I don't think I cared enough to pay attention to any of that.
It made a scene where she poured it into the plant. Unless I just completely saw this, but made a scene where she poured her wine into the plant. Do y'all remember that one?
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay. So then she just leaves her
Are you
glass.
following me so far?
Yes, I'm making sure I'm doing this right. Because then they start having the symptoms or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they realize he points back to her glass. Teen points to her glass that's sitting on the counter.
Right.
So, and it's got wine in it that nobody has touched.
Yeah. There was a
Right.
shot though of the glass being filled back up though, magically
Right.
filled back up.
After well, because one of the witches touched, I forget which one it was, but she touched it and refilled it.
No.
Yes, she did.
No.
I'm okay. Y'all go on. I'll find this thing. I'm gonna show you.
So,
I know
all right, real quick.
I have a terrible memory, but I remember that one.
real quick for the listeners, all right? Episode 3, we've got the first trial for Agatha and Coven, okay? And what it boils down to is this is Jennifer Kale's time to shine. They need a potions master to be able to cure poisoning from alcohol poisoning. There you go. Wine poisoning. So the moment that Jeremy's talking about is they get in there into the house and they're all, they've got wine and they're all led to drink said wine. Everybody partakes in the wine except for Agatha. She pours her glass out into a plant, sets it on the bar, and then walks away. As everybody starts getting symptoms, and one of them being swelling really bad of the face, Agatha moves her hair in front of her face and everything else because she knows that she did not partake in the wine. Then they Team points out that Agatha didn't partake of her wine. And the glass is now filled up. There's a scene in between there where they focus in on the glass and the glass itself just fills itself back up. Agatha takes the glass, she throws it on the ground, hits the upholstery and everything, and breaks the glass. And then Alice goes to the table, picks up her glass and holds it in front of her, and then it fills up again for Agatha to partake into it.
So there was a scene that she just it refilled on its own sitting on the counter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I missed that part. Dang it.
That's great. That's great.
I love your enthusiasm, though.
Ah,
Jeremy.
dang it. I'm watching that scene too. You know what? Forget this.
That's great.
I love you, Jeremy.
Uh-huh.
I love that you're looking out, though. I love that you're looking out for stuff that's crazy. So it's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
I think it spoke a lot on Agatha's character of her, not partaking in the wine. What did y'all think of that?
Man, to me, it made sense. I mean, because she's the one that's trying to get ahead in this whole thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it just kind of it really fit with her whole character there.
Yeah, it annoyed me because I'm like, she's been down the road before, supposedly, and these trials are you can't cheat them kind of thing because it's fucking magic. And so I'm just like, what are you doing? You're just making things harder.
Yeah.
Just fucking drink the wine and figure out what the test is.
But it also helps push the story more of what Jennifer Kale told Teen, which was that the rumor is Agatha gave up her son, Nicholas, for the Darkhold.
Yeah.
And so that's you're led to believe that's what the first time she went down the road was to get the Darkhold. And she gave up her son. They dropped Mephisto's name. Jeremy, where were you at on that?
Yeah, I heard that. I was like, oh, man. And if I'd been at my home computer, I was going to put a whole background of Mephisto behind me.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I'm I don't know if I'm surprised. I don't know if I'm happy because everybody's been rumoring Mephisto for God knows how long, and they finally full blown name dropped him on this one. So
Yeah, it's about damn time. Quit dancing around it and just say the name.
Yeah.
do you think they'll do a mashup of like Chthon and Mephisto in this?
No, I doubt it, just because Chthon was name dropped in Multiverse of Madness.
Right. But they still could like match the two up and be like, oh, it's Mephisto. He goes by many names. He goes by Chthon. He goes by this. He goes by that.
Yeah,
You
that's
know what I
dumb
mean?
if they do that, though. That's just dumb and lazy.
What that's about par for the course for some things,
Yeah,
is it not?
well, yeah, right now, yes, but I don't. As much as I don't give a shit about Mephisto, I mean, I do. Like, I want to see him like in a Ghost Rider thing. I don't like him because he's just silly in the comics, and obviously because of One More Day. But yeah, I would prefer him just be like a red deviled man and not like he's merged with Chthon as well. I just think keep those two separate.
Yeah. Got you. Well, these trials were like actually legit, actually real. Like
Yeah.
apparently people can perish in this.
Yeah, I wrote my note was this is just Saw for witchcraft. It's like you're just trapped in a room and you got to figure out what to do to come out alive.
Right? Right. And poor Sharon. She did not fit the bill.
Yeah.
So
No, yeah. That was the one thing that irritated me because I was like, she's the most likable character right now, and you kill her off in the like second episode. I know technically it's the third episode, but because they aired 1 and 2, it just really annoyed me. I love her like, oh my God, bury me in this kitchen. Like
Yeah.
she reminded me of my mother-in-law. Like I'm just gonna say that. Like, and then she's like, this is from like the swamp or whatever's eating her purse, and she's like, this is from Talbot's. That was my most enjoyable like moment. I just thought it was really funny.
oh, when they found her dead, my thought went to Sharon.
Oh yeah, Ozzy.
Sharon!
I think it's interesting. Does the teen not want the road to end? He seems like really happy to be there.
Yeah, that's what because whenever they said that at the like that, maybe this is the end. Whenever they saw the house, he's like basically saying, "Well, that's depressing." Like,
Yeah.
I hope not.
I think it's to build more of like who Teen actually is. Like, is he, the character that me and Richard think he'll wind up being here at the end of the road, or is he somebody else? Could he be Nicholas Scratch? Could he be Agatha Sun? Like, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't either.
Who? There was a toy leak. I will say that.
Was there for him?
Yes,
Oh,
for
no.
him and for
Yeah, I know about the other one.
Rio Vidal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, which, man, I think we'll be able to talk about that more next week for episode 4. But, like, I wonder if they're going to do a mashup on that character as well.
Yeah, maybe. I like when they're talking about the teen, they're like, he was going to drink some wine, and they were like, he's not in the coven. Plus, he's underage.
Yeah.
I was like, what does it fucking matter right now?
So, I assume Sharon died because she didn't get her hair in the thing and they didn't get her. Because they were trying to get her to take the shot
Right.
of the potion that Jennifer made, but they never put her hair in there. So, I assume that's why she died?
No, it's because, didn't they say it? It's because she drank twice. She drank 2 glasses.
Oh, was that it?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They
Oh,
didn't
is
say
that
that. Yeah. I don't remember them saying that.
That's not how poison works, but I thought they said that at the end was like, she drank 2 glasses, so she needed two antidotes.
Oh no, I didn't catch that.
I'm pretty sure they said that, but anyway.
Oh, if that's it, no, fuck that. I totally missed it. Number 1. Number 2, that's stupid. Do the
Yeah.
hair thing. She didn't put her hair in there. Like, that's so much
Yeah.
better and easier.
Yeah, because I either thought that or like they just didn't quite make it before the alarm went off.
Yeah.
Well, that leads me into one of my notes. Is like, what a trope! Like they finish it right at the last second. Like
Yeah.
it's such a trope nowadays.
I thought it was funny that they all had to climb in the oven
Yeah.
to get out, because I was like, that's very Hansel and Gretel of them on this one.
I can't remember if it's this episode or the next, but they mentioned something about breadcrumbs, which is another reference to Hansel and
Oh
Gretel.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of like references to witchy things, and it's very Wizard of Oz too. The road looks like the set that
Yeah.
they use for the road looks very Wizard of Oz. What the potion? What's the lady that's an expert with potions? What's her name? I can't think of her name.
Jennifer Kale.
Jennifer Kale. What is up? We see like an instant with her past. There's like a guy that's like drowning her or something.
Yeah.
I wrote down, I'm like, is that Walt Disney? It fucking looked like Walt Disney.
Oh, poor Walt. Come on now. They walked into that room and they were all shocked by, their garments changing and all this other jazz. And Jennifer reached up to her head and was like shocked she all of a sudden had hair. And I'm like, as a bald man, I'm gonna let you know, like, I know when I've got a little fuzz going on top, okay? Like, you put a whole set of hair on me, that is going to be an instant temperature change. I'm going to know that right off the bat.
That's funny.
Yes.
It's like, I have hair again. Like brushing it over your ears or something.
I
That's
feel
funny.
like Gru on Despicable Me.
Yes. Yes.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
Oh, I'm definitely doing like some headbanging or something like that. I am going to put it to
Yeah.
use while I have it. Yeah, there were some pretty disturbing like scenes. You had they were being met with their like worst nightmares, worst fears, something along those lines.
Yeah.
You mentioned Jennifer Kale. She had like what looked like a doctor or something like that from the old days that was trying to drown her.
Yeah.
Alice met her mom, who was like freaking out or whatever, and then
Yeah.
it looked like stuff was going on fire. I don't know.
Was that on the third one? I forget her name, but was that one of the what she saw looked like one of the things that was after them? The seven, whatever.
Yeah. It was the Salem 7.
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh,
think,
was
I'm
it?
pretty sure that's what it was.
Okay.
Oh, I have to
Yeah,
go
I
back
was-
and watch that. I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I was wondering if that's what it was, but there was only one. So
Yeah, she's I forget what they call, but she can see like visions of the future, and she keeps mentioning stuff both in this episode and in the next about like, I don't know. It's almost like it sounds like she's senile or something, but it's because I guess she's
Mhm.
getting glimpses of the future kind of thing. So I'm assuming that's what she saw is like
oh,
something to do with that, but I have no
maybe
earthly
that
idea what.
that comment like where she said like save Agatha or something like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hmm. That's interesting.
And then, so we got Alice, we got Jennifer, we had her. I don't know her. I can't remember her name is. Agatha had the baby that was crying in the crib, and it wound up
Yeah.
being the Darkhold. That's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we got hearts. She just made a
Hearts?
comment, but yeah.
Oh, Sharon was out.
Yeah. But she she would have gone through the same symptoms as they did, so but they never really hit on the hallucination or whatever that she had.
Oh, because that probably would have been Wanda.
Oh yeah. Well, she did mention Wanda, so
Yeah, that's right.
That's what I'm saying.
She was, yeah, that's right. She was screaming about Wanda. So that's probably
Yeah,
what
like-
she had a vision of. Yeah, because she was like, let him breathe, Wanda. Let him breathe, or something
Oh,
like
that's
that.
right. Yeah.
So that's what she was visioning or having a vision of was Wanda like taking that guy's oxygen or whatever from WandaVision. I
Yeah.
can't remember who it was. I think it was like her husband or something.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Hart from the very first episode.
Yeah. The names were Jennifer Kale, Alice Wu, Sharon Davis, and then Lila Calderu.
Lila Calder. That's it. Lila. That's it. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, the thing that's annoying me is kind of what I mentioned last time we reviewed the episodes was it's just moving at a snail's pace. And I know this is a holdover because like this show was announced, I think like right after like WandaVision was done.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just it feels like one of these things where it's like a 2-hour long movie that got cut up into 30-minute episodes. And because they're releasing it week to week, it's just not enough to keep me kind of like, I don't care. I would much rather binge watch this, or just make it like a Werewolf by Night. Like just make it an hour long like special, and I just watch that. But I know why they're doing it. They're trying to keep like people subscribed to Disney Plus and keep them watching.
Yeah.
But it's just not it's not holding my attention. I just don't care.
I think it's the opposite for me. I'm actually enjoying the week to week and stuff like that. Like I know I'm behind and I haven't watched that, episode 4 yet, but like I'm ready to watch it. Like I've already watched some of the spoilers for it or whatever, and so I'm like, I'm ready. I want to watch that episode. So, well, y'all have anything else for this? Because I'm out.
Yeah, no, that's it for me, man.
Yeah, I'm good.
Cool. Let's start talking about Penguin then. Episode 2 of the Penguin HBO Max, and also HBO. It's airing on both, which was pretty cool. And this one's called The Inside Man. Penguin has got himself in some more trouble, it seems like, or he's trying to flatten out what trouble he's got going on, and things just keep getting more stirred up. So, which I think is going to be the theme of the episodes throughout this season. So,
yeah.
Jeremy, what is your whelming on this?
I am pleasantly whelmed. I'm really enjoying this show. I like seeing this different side of it being kind of, I guess, the more true to character Penguin, from what I understand in the comics. So I like I've said before, I like seeing the backstories and side stories and stuff like that. So I'm enjoying seeing him kind of have his uprising a little bit, and I like how he's quick to figure some things out too, and kind of sneak his way through some of this. So I'm excited to see where it all goes. And like I had a friend of mine that he's not crazy. Like he just watched the first episode and he's not real crazy about it because he's like, it's not mafia enough. And it's not penguin-y enough on that first episode. And I was like, wait, what?
What does he need? Like I don't know, like
the Danny DeVito penguin.
He wants gun umbrellas and knives umbrellas.
Yeah. Because he obviously he's not a comic person, so he just associates Penguin to Danny DeVito and that whole character. So, and the first episode is not, I mean, it's not real. It's the setting up of the families fighting, basically. So, but I think this second episode is starting to get it into steam. So,
bro, there's a murder that takes place within the first 5 minutes that sets the tone for this whole fucking thing. Like,
yeah. Yeah. I was like, well, you at least need to. I was like, you need to watch at least a couple episodes, 2 or 3, just to give it a good fair shot. So, but yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Solid advice, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Solid advice.
I think I'm pleasantly whelmed as well. Again, I don't want to say overly whelmed, but I'm really fucking enjoying this compared to Agatha. Like, it's just far, far better than Agatha right now. They're doing such an amazing job of storytelling, and the acting is phenomenal. I love the actress that's playing Sophia Falcone. Yeah. Obviously, Colin Farrell is amazing as Penguin right now. I even like the kid that's Victor. Like, everything's firing on all cylinders. So yeah, I'm pleasantly whelmed. I think it's a really good show.
Nice. So I got to watch an episode 2, and slow as fuck. Just dry, slow. It was bothering me. I was getting very, underwhelmed by it. And then the last 15 minutes came in and it just took me over, and I was just like, oh shit, okay, fine then. So I'm pleasantly whelmed with this. There was nothing. Like the first, it was more, I don't know, it was just stuff. Like, I don't even remember what happened in the first part. But those last 15 minutes, that was awesome. I freaking loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it. Every minute of it.
Well, I mean, you kind of have to have the first part of the episode to be able to do the last 15
Yeah.
minutes, or else it wouldn't make sense.
Well, okay, so now that you say that, I'm starting to remember some of it. So part of this episode is Penguin is setting up for the Falcons to have the drops be taken over by the Maronis. Penguin is setting up a deal with the Maronis.
Yeah.
And so that kind of gets messed up. Penguin winds up having to ride in the car instead of riding behind it. And then there's a shootout and all this other kind of stuff. That was actually pretty fun. That was actually pretty action-packed. But yeah, you're right. That does set up the rest of the episode because he's trying to handle and make sure that he doesn't get the fall and sets up a fall guy for this. But man, those last 15 minutes though, I was just
on the edge of your seat.
When you're talking about the whole him thinking on his feet and being fat, they're doing such a good job making him a fast thinker, a fast talker.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how else to say it. I love the writing that they're doing for this. I'll say that.
He's smart in some situations, and then other stuff he does, I'm just like, bro, what are you doing? What I'm referring to is, since we're there, when the FEMA van gets attacked, he kills the guys in the back, but he doesn't kill the driver immediately.
Yeah.
I was just like, what are you doing? Kill that guy. And then the guy's he shoots at him and hits the other guy or whatever. And
yeah,
but I get why they needed that one person to be wounded or whatever, so that they could be at the end of this episode to have to deal with him.
Yeah. I had kind of wondered if that driver had actually gotten hit, because they had fired shots from the front, and that's the reason why they originally kind of crashed for a second.
Okay.
So, because he crashed into that car, so I think he got hit, and just not fatally.
Yeah, I got
obviously. So
that was my assumption as well, is that he got shot on and he was already dead. So
yeah,
that's what I figured. So I was pretty shocked when he was like, "Oh, you rat bastard," or whatever. And
Yeah.
he started shooting. I was like, "Oh shit, you should have got him, bruh."
Yeah.
Double tap.
Right. So the guy that Sophia gets some, she calls on some, a drop head to get some help. An ex-cop who's addicted to drops to get some help. And does he bring in the guy that got shot next to Penguin?
Yes.
Because it was one of Maroney's men, was it not?
Yeah, because remember, when the whole thing goes down, Penguin shoots the two guards in the back.
Yeah.
And then they crash. And then Maroney's men open the back door and he's like, whoa, hey, and then the driver comes back to life and is like, hey, you rat bastard. And he shoots, and Penguin kind of turns and it hits that guy. That's the guy at the end that he ends up having to knife in the gut.
Got you. Okay.
That was a gruesome knifing. I was like,
yes.
Oh, that's terrible sounding, and that just hurts so bad.
A lot of squelching, yes.
Yeah.
Also, you would not be able to get the blood off your the blood would still stain your hands.
Yeah.
Right?
Just wiping a rag
down in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't understand why he went for a gut shot like that.
Yeah. Why not just make it a quick just slice or something?
Yeah.
Slice, stab him in the throat, something.
Yeah.
At least if you got him in the throat, you don't have to worry about, vocal cords moving and all the other jazz.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
I know, it's just one of those awkward conversations. We're not actually having this or something.
We'll turn around and do this shit on Call of Duty. Come on.
Yeah, true.
No, did y'all think that he was going to pin what's his name with the knife?
No.
Johnny Vitti.
Well, I thought he was going to pin Johnny Vitti. I didn't think he was going to pin her bodyguard.
Sophia's, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought when he started, he's like, it was you, wasn't it, you rat bastard? And he's fighting, and then the other guy breaks them up. I was like, immediately I was like, oh, he probably slipped it onto him, and that's going to be like the twist. And yeah, sure enough, it was. But yeah, I like seeing Penguin where he is like he's good at sleight of hand, and even though he's like kind of crippled, he's good at certain things. He's really good at like waddling himself out of a hard situation.
So you thought he was going to put it on the bodyguard, not
Yes.
Vitti.
Yeah, I figured.
Really?
I've seen enough like, Breaking Bad, like Sopranos kind of stuff where the twist, you think it's going to be this guy, but the twist is actually that guy kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Got you.
Which, I mean, I could see why he would do that instead, because I was sitting there thinking, I was like, would they not, since he got into a tussle with that guy, would they not maybe guess that maybe he tried to slip it on there? Like there was that chance.
Yeah.
So maybe that was the reason why he put it on the bodyguard. Because, like I said, I mean, maybe some people would question that he planted that on Vitti just by wrestling with him.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened.
There's that, plus the fact that like he was with the guy, and so it led to other things, you know what I mean, that made more sense for him to be the murderer at that point in time.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, like Penguin's already got shit on Vitti. So like Vitti's days are already numbered, and Penguin knows that.
Mm-hmm.
So why not go ahead and take somebody else that's close to Sophia? And that way you can kind of like, as we see towards the end of this episode, you start getting closer to Sophia.
Yeah. I gotta be honest with you. I think Sophia's playing like a double like game here. I think she still thinks Penguin did it, and she's just keeping him close so she can keep an eye on him. I would not be shocked if that happens.
I wouldn't either. Like, chick is crazy. Don't get me wrong. Like, she is like, to steal your words, Richard, banana pants crazy.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. She is definitely banana pants. Which, real quick, at the beginning of the episode, we see her being like, she's with like a psychiatrist, psychologist, I forget what it is. But anyway, and they do this weird, like, from Battlestar Galactica, Cylon, like, red light going back and forth. And I'm like, what the fuck is up with that? Which also, fun little mention, the doctor who's in that scene is played by Theo Rossi. He played Shades in Luke Cage. Just a fun little shout out with him.
Okay.
Yeah, he also says, like, look at my painting. And I don't know if y'all paid attention to that painting, but, like, it looks like a man in glasses, like, screaming. It's horrifying.
Yeah. No, yeah, it does look pretty creepy.
Yeah. And it seemed like he was trying to like hit on her there too.
Yeah, maybe. There definitely could be like some kind of weird like sexual thing between her and her doctor.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it seemed more like they've had a relationship.
Yeah.
Just by like how he started off by holding her whenever like she was freaking out on the couch and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then like those comments and I don't know, the stuff that was done and said afterwards, like it seemed like they had somewhat of a relationship before. So
yeah, it's very like maybe they're trying to dredge up the same kind of relationship between Harley and Joker kind of thing. She has some really cool lines in this episode. I love the line of like, she says something about like, I'm not safe, I'm home.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
What is the deal with her and like her old friend from whenever they used to go and party and stuff like that?
Oh, that's her cousin, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was her cousin. But I think it was like more adding to the whole thing of like everybody thinking that she is psycho and crazy and can't trust her and all that kind of stuff. Because right before that, she was in the getting the food.
Yeah, at the
funeral. Yeah, and they were highlighting all these people saying stuff, and I knew that because I had subtitles on, so you could see what they were saying.
You son of a bitch!
I actually did too, as well, Jeremy. Yeah, they were all talking shit about her, and then she just grabs like a handful of pesto or something, and just like eats it like a crazy person. Yeah, which we learn now why she's called the Hangman. Apparently, she killed like 7 women or something like that. So she's like a serial killer.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then I don't know what the deal is, but also she like wakes up and has nightmares like clawing at her own neck, which is
Yeah.
why I thought she was going to have like a scar from where like someone tried to hang her or something, or she tried to hang herself. But apparently that's why she's wearing like turtlenecks and ascots and whatever neckerchiefs to like hide those scars.
Got you. See, I watched this like late. I watched half of it late the other night, and so I started falling asleep and I had to turn it off. And then I don't think I went far enough back. Is what it boiled down to.
I love they've doubled down now on like there's a canonical explanation of Penguin knowing Spanish for this episode because they asked him the rata alata in the Batman movie, and he's like, it's la, not L. Don't you know that, you idiots? So like in this episode, we now learn why he knows Spanish is because like the landlord or whatever that like watches his mom is Spanish speaking. So he has to like, I guess also he grew up in that like town or whatever and had to learn Spanish. So anyway, I just thought that was kind of a fun little like tying in with the Batman.
Yeah. I didn't even piece that together. But what I did catch was apparently his mother has dementia.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which that's so sad.
Yeah.
Like, even if it is, crazy penguin mom and all, but like dementia, that's rough. So
yeah, it is.
Yeah. He also mentioned that he gets kind of personal with Sophia, which is weird. He mentions his mom to her, and he mentions how he had brothers, but they all died. So that's also, I gotta be honest with you, I got a theory about Penguin. If y'all want to,
let's hear it.
Okay. I have a feeling Penguin is like full blown, like he will kill or do whatever to get, like he will claw and scratch his way to get to the top. I think he's like killed his brothers. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. He was telling a story to Victor about an old guy named, Pinchy, I think his name, and how he ended up being like a rat to the feds or something like that. So Carmine like killed him and then made Penguin like his right-hand man kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm kind of wondering, did Penguin like plant that? Like, in other words, he's been playing this game for a long time to try to climb his way to the top to be this like kingpin of crime, if you will. I know that's in Marvel, but I'm just saying that like, so I'm wondering if that's like, I feel real, like, I gotta be honest with you, Victor, like the guy that's helping Penguin's mom tells Victor in Spanish, like, be careful. Like, I think that's true.
Yeah.
I think he's absolutely like, he's going to just use Victor when he needs him and then eventually just get rid of him.
Yeah.
I could definitely see that, but I don't know. I think Victor has one of those spots in Mo Penguin's heart that just, I think if push comes to shove, I think Penguin will get rid of him. But I don't think Penguin wants to. I really don't. There's that scene in this episode where Penguin, I guess, and Victor were in charge of burying the bodyguard and also the Maroni's body. And, once Vic had dug the grave enough and put both bodies in there, Penguin told him to lay down with them because Vic had fucked up when trying to plant the jewels to set up, what's his name, Vitti.
Yeah.
Because that's who he was originally going to sit there and like have turn on or take the blame was Vitti. And I don't know, like it's when he was in there, like he could have just gone ahead and been done with him right then and right there. The grave was already buried or dug or whatever. Just put all three bodies in one of them. And it was just like he was just really reaching out to him. He's like, look, you got to realize like this is real life, dude. This is real life. You've got to step your game up. You got to. Like, I almost feel like he wants him to like sit there and be his right hand. Like he wants to have, that ally. But I also agree with you that we could see Victor go. Like they could flip that on us pretty quick.
Oh yeah. I don't think it's going to be quick, but I think you're led to believe that he does have a soft spot. But the trick is going to be that Penguin's always been this like master manipulator, and all that shit was just lying so he could use him to help him get what he needs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope so. I hope not.
Yeah.
But I could definitely see it.
I think they're doing a great. First off, I want to mention this. Like, this is how you do a villain centric thing. Like, I know it's not a movie, but like Sony, all the other people who try to do these like just villain solo stuff, this is how you do it. This is so. It's just a masterclass, in my opinion. I don't want to gush too much about it, but it's just so fucking good.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree with you. And I like what they're doing in the sense of like you don't have to relate to Penguin.
Yeah.
You don't have to feel sorry for Penguin. Like
Yeah.
none of the, I don't feel sorry for him. I don't relate to him or anything like that. Like that's not, it's just an interesting show. It's just an interesting story is what it boils down to. So there's your takeaway. Just do interesting shit. Like just
Well, also, he doesn't have to be the hero of the story. Like,
right.
he can just be the guy that wins at the end.
I feel it goes back to like something else that we've talked about. And I think we've even talked about it on this show, but like just do genre based stuff.
Yeah.
Like just go. That worked really well for Marvel in the beginning. Like just go back to that. So
I want to know what's up with. We get a little bit, Penguin invites like, I guess, like hookers and stuff over to his apartment, which I find it funny that
Yeah.
Penguin has the gene where cilantro tastes like soap. I think that's funny.
that's a thing.
Yeah. Certain people, I do not like. It doesn't taste like cilantro to me, and it doesn't taste like soap. It's weird, but certain people, cilantro will taste like soap. To other people,
Huh.
it tastes fucking delicious.
Yes.
And then I guess I'm a third because I can't taste it at all. It just has like a vegetal taste to it to me. But yeah, it's just weird. But
that's a damn shame because it is delicious.
yeah, most
Yeah,
people.
it is.
Most people. I get it on there. I don't tell them not to have it on there because I just like, yeah, sure, I can't taste it, but that's fine.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But he talks with his like main squeeze, if you will, in his bedroom, and his bedroom's like an old bank vault. Like,
Uh-huh.
what's up with that? I don't know. I just, when I saw that, I'm like, was that in the movie? I don't remember. Like, is that ever explained?
We never saw Penguin's place. Like
Yeah.
this is more in depth than we ever got in the movie. The only place we really got to see was, I guess, it was the Iceberg Lounge in the movie, wasn't it?
Yes.
Like, so it was like his office area in the Iceberg Lounge is all we really got to see.
I gotcha. Yeah, I couldn't remember if we saw his apartment at one point, but anyway, I just thought it was weird.
We saw Catwoman's.
Yeah, I know we saw Catwoman's, but I couldn't remember if we saw his when like Batman's like interrogating him or something. But yeah, I was just like, how do you get a bank vault as your apartment?
At this point in time, Gotham has some weird realty open. So
Yeah, well, it's always
you
happening.
just kind of get what you want.
It always has weird realty. Like for some reason, there's always some sort of amusement park for Joker to hang out in.
I mean, it's always raining there, so
Yes.
ain't nobody going to the fair.
The last two notes I have is just, I thought it was interesting. Have they ever called him Penguin in the movie or the last episode? Because Johnny Vitti calls him, at the very beginning of the episode when he's like, hey, you're riding. He's like, Penguin, you're riding in the van. And he's like, what? I'm supposed to be in the, like the
Yeah.
back car or whatever. And he's like, well, things have changed. I thought that was interesting because most, like, Sophia calls him Oz.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. I want to say some other people call him like Oz as well, but I don't think anyone called him the Penguin.
Yeah. I don't think I've heard him. Not that I remember him being called that.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I haven't heard him be called the Penguin. I thought I misheard. So, and I didn't have closed caption on, so I couldn't read it.
See the things you missed out on.
It's also probably because you were half asleep or fully asleep.
Yeah.
It was close. I'm an old man.
I just wrote like a smart ass comment for my last note was just when Sophia and Penguin are talking, he's telling her about the pain of losing a loved one will eat you alive and stuff like that, and make you do crazy things. And I was like dressing up like a bat.
Very true. Or riding in a big rubber ducky.
I like that conversation he had with Sophia, and he was talking
Yeah.
about his brother's funerals and stuff, and how him and his mom went to the jazz club and danced. That was the first time he ever heard live music, all that stuff, and how we went full circle at the end of the episode when she was like, "I'm gonna take all this for myself. Like, fuck those guys. They don't know how to run this shit, and I'm tired of dealing with them. So I'm gonna run it." And she's like, you want to be my right hand man. And Penguin said, "Let's dance." Like, I like that.
Yeah.
Because he was making you can either sit there and get mad and pissed off and stuff like that and just wallow in your pity, or you can just dance. So I like how he was like, kind of like, let's not get mad about it. Let's just go ahead and let's do this. Let's get this done and over with. So
I think he was saying, like, don't get mad, get even.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. Explained that a lot better than I did. I'm fumbling over here. So yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I agree.
My one and only complaint, though, with the show is I just want a mention of Batman. Just want one mention. Like, they're doing stuff usually during the day because Batman's, like patrolling at night. But still, I just want one fucking mention of Batman. Please, just mention him. That's all you got to do.
They did in the first episode.
I know, but I mean, like, for this episode, like, you could have had like some line about like how we're doing stuff, but that fucking nut in the bat costume is causing our drugs to be caught or what. I don't know what the line I'm thinking right now, but there could be some little simple line.
If it's not some fucking rat shooting us all up, then it's some fucking bat over here that's taking all of our shit.
Yeah, there you go. Something like that. Like, it should have been something like that.
Yeah.
Got you. Yeah, no, that would be good. That would be good. Cool. Y'all got anything else?
No, that's it for me, man.
Yeah, I'm good.
Awesome. Next week, gonna hit up episode 4 and 3.
Yes.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
All right, let's do it. In the meantime, Jeremy, where can they find you at?
They can find me on Twitch under the handle Night Fury GTO. That's Night with a K. And you can find me here. And no, I did not play because I was down a finger this week.
Shame. 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 They make like controllers for like disabled people. You could have gotten that
For 1 week.
For 1 week, yeah.
Okay.
Michael, what about you? What about you?
Oh, yeah, I could come up with excuses, but no, I didn't get to play this week, so.
Shame. Shame. A shame.
That's fine. I'm still doing good.
You're still beating Jeremy.
Yeah, I was about to say, you're still doing better than me. So.
Richard, drop, trip.
Did you just combine Jeremy and Richard? Is that what it is?
Yeah, Richard.
If you want to contact me directly, I have an X, the platform formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram, and a Threads. My handle is Night Curry, night like day and night, and curry with a K. If you want to contact us directly, we have a Gmail. Our Gmail is comicallycomicspodcast@gmail.com. And if you want to check us out on YouTube, possibly TikTok, we'll see, and Instagram, you can check us out under the name Comically Comics Podcast. And if you want to check us out on X, the platform formerly known as Twitter, you can check us out under the name Comically Comics with an X.
Awesome. You can find me on Instagram, eBay, and shortbox22_comics. Thank you all so much for listening. Hope you enjoyed as much as we did making it. With all that being said, say goodbye, Jeremy.
Bye, Jeremy.
Goodbye, Jeremy. Goodbye.
Oh my God! Bury me in that kitchen!